What's up, everybody? I'll be bringing my Come Together tour to a bunch of more cities in 2025. January 18th, I'll be in Philadelphia. Haven't been there in a while. January 24th, San Francisco. The 25th of January, I'm in Reno. January 30th, I'm in Athens, Georgia. And January 31st, Savannah. February 1st, I'll be in North Charleston. I can't wait to hit all these cities. Get your tickets now at tomsegura.com/tour, and I will see you there.
Welcome to your mom's house.
Hello, and Happy New Year.
Good night, mate.
It's 2025.
That's crazy.
What a exciting time. A new year. Can you believe it?
You know something?
What?
I kind of don't see it that. I don't know. I just think of it as one continuous life.
Are you taking the Jew broads off?
What do you think? Should I have them on?
I don't know. It's up to you. It's a real personal choice.
I don't know.
Wow, just like that. New year, no thanks.
No thanks, Jew broad, Tom Hanks. I don't know. What do you have like resolutions? Are you going to do anything differently?
No, you get past that at a certain point.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's just the same shit, different toilet. A little
yeah,
bit.
but it's always, and I do like the thing of like new year. Like let's reset and fresh and get going again.
And hit the deck, hit the ground running. Are these lights supposed to be on, guys? I think the two bears set. Does it matter?
Just the overheads are on. I don't know.
I think it affects, doesn't it?
I don't know. Good eye.
It's usually not on.
Oh, wow. Good eye.
Oh,
we got a fucking cinematographer over here.
hey, what was I going to say?
What?
Can I tell you what I do? And this is very spiritually enlightened because I'm a very spiritually enlightened person.
Yeah.
Tom, I see every day
Yeah.
as a new opportunity.
Yeah. Wow. That's really cool.
And then I go like do that.
Yeah.
And that gives me a new lease on life every day.
Yeah, sure.
I'm serious. And ever since I was in the cancer club, I'm in the cancer club.
Mm-hmm.
Every day. You just got to you don't know. You can't make plans.
It's true. I think the
could be
thing that
dead.
happens when you go through something like you did, or maybe it's also that combined with aging,
Yeah.
is your perspective starts to go, just to enjoy things, enjoy life, do it, do the thing, try
Do
this,
the thing.
have fun. That somebody said, I wish I could credit the person because I don't recall who said it, about you only have, if you're a certain age, hey, you have 20 good summers left or whatever, you know what I mean? Like this is not going to happen forever. Because when you're 16, you're like, well, yeah, it's just another one. But there is an age where you start to go, oh yeah, there's a limited number of these. As your kids age too, because you go through this thing where you're like, oh, you start to realize there's a ticking clock on childhood innocence. Yeah. Like there's just going to be an age where they're just like right now they're still innocent. They don't, you know what I mean? They don't know how jaded it can be, right?
God,
they're just fully and you go, oh, that wonder will leave one day.
I know. Do you want to know what I just remembered? Do you remember like a childhood trauma? Like, at the time it's normal. And then you're like, oh, that was, do you remember Bartles and James wine coolers?
Yeah.
My mom used to just let me drink them. And I was Ellis's age. I was 9.
Really?
Yeah.
Wine coolers?
Like she didn't know. Or maybe she did. They tasted so good, and to this day,
you definitely should not have had that.
No, but the original flavor, like the OG, none of this shit. All these flavors.
Well, these are newer.
Yeah, I like the OG ones. The two guys on the porch. That
yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
You're drinking that at 8?
Yes, she would let me have a wine cooler every night, and I'm like,
Strange.
I know, but it really was tasty.
It's truly foreign. Truly foreign upbringing.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, I agree. It's all short. It happens so fast.
Let me point just one thing out. Yeah. Whoever made this coffee can fuck themselves.
It's not even
how blonde
coffee.
This is.
It's just milk.
You get the day
Don't you suck your mom's tits and drink that milk?
Yeah, this is just basically tit milk.
I know. For your little baby, suck your thumb.
Fucking really setting me off.
Baby. Who fucking did that?
I don't know. Some fucking horrible person. I don't know.
I know why. It's because Reed's not here.
Reed's not here today.
And then someone got your coffee and wasn't fucking right.
It's not right.
Stupid.
Sorry, his name's Breed. Just reminding you.
Breed?
That's his name. I just wanted to remind you.
Why Breed?
I don't know. He likes it, but it's his,
He does not like it.
Yeah, that's what he wants to be called. Breed.
Did you give him that nickname?
No.
It sounds like a black guy nickname.
No. I would never do that. That's what he wants to be called.
Let's get into what you would do here in a moment. Here's the opening clip, everybody. Let's start the show. And here you go.
Just wondering if you guys like the taste of jizz.
Okay.
At first, I didn't like it. It tasted really bad, but now I just can't get enough of it. I want to put in everything that I
hate
eat.
you so much.
Drink my protein shake. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys like it or not.
I hate you for that.
Why? It's a clip.
Welcome to your mom's house with Tom Segura.
Mom, Segura.
And
Christina Pajitsi.
Stupid.
welcome to your mom's house.
Don't be happy with yourself. I hate when you're pleased with yourself. Mommy.
Dun, 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 dun.
Meow. I'm drinking a cup of jizz right now. Looks like you're drinking.
I know. It's
You're drinking
basically
a cup
not
of
even
jizz.
drinkable. So here's a little thing I'll tell you. This is a little showbiz magic. Although this is our New Year's episode, it is being recorded in 2024.
Shh, don't tell him, Tom.
Well, we have to tell them because last night was our holiday party. It was the YMH Holiday Party. It was so fun.
So fun.
The whole studio came. The Porosos team came. And everybody was in a great mood.
And by the way, everybody really came dressed to the nines.
People were dressed up.
Girls look great.
People
Guys look great.
Yeah, people were happy. It was a festive environment. There was great food. There was great drinks. And it was just really fun.
It was.
But a couple people, I think, always stand out when they have a couple drinks in them. One is our technical director, Ennie, who he seems to be unaware of the fact that he has a dual personality. And so once he has, I would say 2 to 3 in him, he's just like, you know, like he really, you know, he
You know what
gets
I'm
in there.
saying?
He's just, yeah.
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 Oh,
He's
yeah.
really, yeah.
Oh, I saw him making a phone call while we were all having festivities.
Oh.
And I was like, that's kind of.
Yeah.
But then he comes
Here's
back.
a clip from his phone call.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, he was really like doing his thing. And everybody's like, oh, I think Ennie's got a couple in him, huh? And you're like, yeah, just give him some space.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then he hung up the phone and then he started shouting into the party room.
Oh,
And I was like, what is happening?
yeah.
I don't, wait. Oh, no.
You shouted the N-word into the party room.
Oh,
Sure
shit.
did.
Wait,
You were
how did
like-
that- what happened?
You were like, this N-word is N-word stuff. Just like
What?
you were shouting, dude.
I was just saying. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't like how good that lined up. That was
Niggas.
That's enough. I don't like that you have this power.
Oh my God.
Niggas.
That's exactly how he gets when
Yeah,
he's
I
drunk.
know.
That
he
was him.
really doing his thing.
Yeah.
So everybody goes like, okay. And I've seen it a few times. Like sometimes when we do live shows, once like the stress of the live show, because there's a lot of stress, particularly on Ennie, because there's a lot of technical things that go on with a
Yeah.
live show. He always will have a couple after that, and then he's like, you know,
Don't work no wreck.
he's like he just completely goes into another realm.
It's like when he relaxes,
Yeah.
that side of him
Yeah.
is allowed to come out
It
and
is,
play.
yeah. It's like free reign, and what the booze does is it takes all the restraints off, and
Yeah.
then he's just him. You know, that's like true Ennie. He's like,
Nigga, you a hoe.
yeah, he
Yeah.
just turns into this guy.
It's so fun. I love it so much.
It is great. It's great. It's it's super black Ennie. You know,
Super
so,
black Ennie.
I just lose the ability to code switch. It's like I don't have that anymore.
Yeah,
I can't
it does.
Talking,
it goes away.
I can't talk like y'all when I'm fucked up.
Yeah. Office Annie is like, bye. You just don't see him anymore.
But I don't mind non-code switching any.
No, it's fun.
We're here for it, as the kids say.
He's fun. He gets, I don't know if you've ever been in an environment where there's an aggressive black person.
Sure.
But he turns it way up and, he just, that's him.
Yes.
That is Annie.
I remember that.
3 drinking, Annie is right there. That's right.
It totally is.
That's him.
Totally was last night.
And then he
It's the
sobers
best.
up and he's like, "How was last night? I don't really remember much." It's wild.
You guys got any breakfast talks? Yeah, I know.
So that's it. The other one who is just unbelievable is Chris Larson.
Oh my God.
Chris Larson, for those of you who you've followed the show, is our lead in post. And he has a real interesting personality, which is most times you're like, do you even want to be here?
Yeah.
And he's like, everything's fine. And you're like, hey, it's your birthday. He's like, okay. Like that's him.
He's kind of like a cat that
And
doesn't like you.
But he's also an incredibly thorough, efficient, talented guy.
Amazing.
Really great at his job. And the truth is he is like a very sweet, thoughtful guy. He's very smart. Second smartest guy that works here.
True.
But anyway, he, I think, is always this guy who doesn't like to show emotion.
No.
He doesn't like to be very expressive. He's the opposite. He reads as like a hyper introvert. He's not going to tell you much. He's not going to say much. And he just goes about his business, goes about his day. And you're like, okay. And if you're like, was that cool? He's like, yeah, it was a good time. Like, that's kind of how he is.
I would agree.
And then you get a few pops in him. We first saw this in Cabo.
Vacation Chris came out to play.
A family, YMH family trip there a few years ago. We were like, what in the fuck? It was like 3 days. He was like, ha ha! Just like, fucking shirt off, just like pouring through. He's like, I run this bitch. Viva Mexico! And he was just a lunatic, right? And it was amazing. And then last night, you get a few pops in him, and you're just like, what the fuck? And he was turning it on. And you had just left, but we did office awards. I didn't know this was going to happen either, by the way. They gave categories and awards, wildly inappropriate categories and awards. And I was like, Jesus Christ, this is what we're doing? And everybody was like, yeah, we didn't tell any of you guys, but we just did this. He won multiple awards.
Well, I was not aware.
The first award he won was for the Sleeper Hog Award. The secret big dick of the office.
How do we know this? How is this verified?
They voted. The staff voted for each other.
Oh, have you seen it? Or is this just like on feeling?
That's BDE.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just feel it.
Yeah.
Oh, you just
okay. You just know.
I got you.
When he wears those yellow shorts, you can kind of see it dangle in there.
That's a little bit.
Wow.
So wait, Sleeper Hog though wasn't about BDE. It's about physically seeing a hog in the shorts and pants, right?
Well, I mean, I assume he has one because of the BDE he gives off.
Right. But are people voting on energy, or are they voting like, I see a nice bulge in there? Because those are two different things.
We're voting on who we would imagine.
Speculating.
Oh.
Speculating on the bulls.
Wait, are the women agreeing to this?
Chad, he's seen it, apparently.
Niana?
I voted Caitlin as Sleeper Hog.
I voted Caitlin too.
Oh, so it was about energy.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, I thought you guys were like staring at each other's dicks, which is definitely weird.
Which is totally encouraged.
Wait, you have seen it though, Larson? I mean, Zolo?
I have not. It sounds like Chad has.
No, Chad
Chad's
said that he
seen
was staring at...
I have not seen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, he wins that award. Do we have that clip?
Yeah, that should be in your folder.
Oh, it's in...
And just
what's
so
it
you know-
as? Oh, okay, sorry, I have it.
Just so you know, there's a name for when Chris Larson drinks and comes out of his shell, and it's referred to as Vacation Chris.
Vacation Chris, yeah.
So Vacation Chris came out to play last night.
Should we set it up with the Cabo videos? I have those.
I would
here, too.
love
sure.
to see
Take a trip down
Vacation
memory
Chris.
Yeah.
This
for sure.
What's up, bitches? What's up, dude? It's August.
With the lines, man.
Whatever motherfucker spends
Yeah.
me on Instagram.
We're in Cabo. It's fucking dope. I'm having a great time. I got a bit of pina. Keep it real.
Holy shit.
Live life 365, man.
What's that?
Live life 365.
Live life 365 and 24/7 and whatever other numbers. And
He's the best.
Holy shit.
He's the best. That was the first night.
Yeah. Wow. All right, here's my question though. Because to me, it gives off vibes of I drink once a year. Like, you know what I mean? Like the release of a guy who's pent up and like he's letting loose. But what I don't know that you guys would know is this weekend, Chris? Or is this probably like once, twice a year, Chris?
Maybe once a month or so.
Once a month?
Once a month he pops out.
I feel like that's only because
There
he
he is.
only comes out once a month.
Got
But
you.
If he were to come out every weekend, I think Vacation Chris would be.
Fuck yeah,
weekend
Chris Larson is
He's
in the booth.
house.
Let's get in the
man and
Vacation, Chris.
Fuck yeah. What's up, bro? Just we're just celebrating you, honoring you, just holding you up and
as you should.
Thank you.
He's so he does have that BD.
He has that sass to him. It's great. We're talking about how great you are, and when Vacation Chris comes out, how extremely fun it is for everyone. We were reviewing some Cabo clips of Vacation Chris, which were amazing.
Yes.
Last night, you were turned up, my man, and we all loved it. Do you have recollections of last night, or is it all?
Yeah, no, I remember most of it last night. It's not all hazy to me. I remember doing the ice luge with Leanne, and then making fun of Bert for not doing it.
Why did he do it?
He wouldn't do it.
Why?
I don't know. And then I say, how can you be the party animal if you're not going to do the ice luge? And he's kind of like,
He told me it's because it's cold and flu season, and he didn't want to get sick. And then I says to him, pussy boy, I says, yeah, but there like one person has done it. There's only one person's cooties on there so far. And then he still wouldn't do it.
His breath was really bad.
Really?
Did anyone pick up on that?
What do you think's going on?
It smelled like he farted out of his mouth. And I didn't tell him. And it also smelled like that the day before. I wanted to be like, hey, D, are you okay?
That's a nutritional issue.
You want to know what's crazy?
What?
I caught him sniffing his Two Bears mic yesterday. So apparently he likes that smell.
Dude.
He was sniffing it.
It was rough.
What a
It was
good
really
sniff,
rough.
too.
This holiday season, unwind and recharge with Via. Whether you're enjoying a quiet evening at home or embracing the festive cheer, Via is well renowned for their award-winning THC and THC-free gummies and vapes, THCA flower, soothing topicals, and calming drops, all crafted with the highest quality hemp source from trusted, independently owned American farms. And the best part, Via legally ships to nearly all states in the U.S. in discreet packaging directly to your door with a worry-free guarantee. No medical card required.
Yes, Tom, I have started using Via because I've given up alcohol and I'm such a huge fan. I got the very minimal THC gummy because mommy doesn't like to get too wild.
I know, but I'll say this. I really prefer a Christina that indulges in this than a Christina that indulges in nothing else. She's a better person with Via. This holiday season, gift yourself some peace of mind. If you're 21 and up, check out the link to Via in our description and use the code YMH to receive 15% off. After you purchase, they ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. This holiday season, enhance your everyday with Via. As a kid, I think we all loved eating cereal, but as an adult, we don't want the sugar, and most cereals, they don't give you the protein you need, and then you find Magic Spoon.
Oh my God, Gene. I am obsessed with Magic Spoon. I have it here in this office. I like the fruity cocoa pebbly flavor because it reminds me of being a kid.
And it's protein packed. That's the thing, is that they're light, they're crispy, they taste just like the real thing that we grew up with.
I swear it's exactly the same.
And except it's a way better version. Every serving of Magic Spoon high protein cereal has crazy macros: 13 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar, 4 grams of net carbs. They come in so many nostalgic flavors like cocoa and cinnamon roll. I mean, you've been a Magic Spoon maniac.
I eat it every time I come into the office. I like the cocoa ones outstanding and the fruity pebbly flavor. And plus it's different colors and textures. It's fun.
Check this out, man. Get $5 off your next order at magicspoon.com/YMH or look for Magic Spoon on Amazon or in your nearest grocery store. That's magicspoon.com/YMH for $5 off. I guess we have some footage of last night, Vacation Chris last night at the party. Here we go.
There's Leanne doing the luge.
There's Larson over
There's Chris, yeah. Look at Niana's face. She's like, look at him. He's not even phased.
No, there we go. That's another one. So then he wins essentially the Big Dick Energy Award.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I was very excited. Everyone was just sexually harassing me after I won the award.
So everyone wanted to see your dick.
They all wanted to
Chris.
see my dick.
Will you give us your measurements?
No.
But is it pretty healthy?
It's a healthy dick.
It's nice.
Nice. It's normal sized, you know.
It's not that big.
It's not that big.
It's not that big. But
Okay. And then you also there's a really unique award that I believe it was last. I was surprised. I didn't know what any of these awards were. They gave out the Cunty Award, the FGT Award,
Who
the
won the
RTD
Cunty Award?
Caitlin.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
And they were everybody was happy to get their awards, even if they were awards like there was who you can mess with the most, all these awards.
Oh, yeah.
And then an award was set up, I guess it was set up by Any, where he gave away the N-word award.
That's not what it was
That's
called.
not what it was called at all.
That's not what it was
Well, that was the
called.
prize.
That was
the prize.
I wanted that prize.
That's what you wanted.
The prize was the pass, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So what was the category that you called
blackest,
it?
We just said blackest person in the office.
Yeah.
Okay, the blackest person in the office. And then as you were giving the award, you were like, and then if you get this award, you get the N-word pass and you have to use it.
Yep.
Okay, so I wasn't that far off. So right here, he's like, say it.
Nice people.
It's very good that I didn't say it, especially since it's on the podcast. There's hundreds of thousands of people seeing this.
You have to either show us the hog.
I'm not.
He was like, then show us your dick.
Whisper it in my ear.
Whisper.
I'm not doing either of this. You have to. How about you? I will fire you. I will say what's up and you say.
Already blacked out at this point.
I'll say what's up and you. No, that's not. I'm not saying shit. Next award. Here we go.
Also, incredible.
It's only appropriate that both these awards go to me. The blackest and the biggest dick.
I mean,
Timing.
timing.
Who is this Chris Larson?
So much confidence.
Yeah.
Also, to be in Vacation Chris mode and have the wherewithal to know I shouldn't say the N-word. It's all impressive. You know? It's really impressive.
No.
Yeah, he
Chris, do you
stumbled
like-
up those stairs, too.
I did stumble up the stairs.
Do you like working here, Chris?
I enjoyed it working here, yeah.
Okay.
He didn't say I like it.
I know.
though.
I just it's tough to pull things
I
out.
don't know. Not
Never.
everyone. I don't think other workplaces would try to get me to say the N-word. That's just. I just think
Right,
that's.
that's why
the
it's
thing.
special. It's good.
That is special. I will give you that.
Yeah, I feel like he doesn't like
Also,
us.
I'd like to point out it's not it's that the black guy at work. tried to
Oh,
get you.
right.
Blame
Let's
it
put
on
it
the black
all on
guy.
Any.
Yeah,
Yes.
I see.
Well, it's not like the rest of us were like, "Hey, here's what you got to do today."
Well, we were chanting to say it.
I mean, yeah, everyone was chanting it.
I'll just add that I was not chanting.
I wasn't there either. Yeah, I chanted.
I was looking at him like,
Just gonna
yeah.
avoid all accountability, huh? Okay.
Tom, the things that Chris says to you when he's drunk blows
Oh,
my
yeah.
mind.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He gets aggressive with you.
Yeah.
Nah,
What
I
did he-
remember
what did you hear him
last
say?
year at the holiday party,
Uh,
he was threatening to fight you.
I did do that.
Well, when
I don't remember that.
I don't know if he wants to say it, but when we
I'm
were
not
at
gonna say it.
your bartending event and
Well,
you
you
were
did say it.
bartending,
Yeah.
Chris.
I said you're doing a great job, Tom.
He ordered a vodka soda, and you were taking a little long, and you said, "Hurry up." a certain
fun guy.
FGT.
Fun guy Tom.
Oh, hurry up, FGT.
Yes, in the middle of the bar, as loud as he could.
Chris.
I respect it.
I respect it too.
Yeah.
No, last holiday party, he was threatening to fight you and everyone else.
I don't remember that
Remember,
either.
like, wasn't he issuing threats to people? Like, I'm going to fight you. I'm
Yeah,
going to fight you.
Didn't you say you're gonna break a bottle?
I did
over his
say
head
yeah
or
because
some
you were
shit?
drinking something like a beer or something, and I just like the intrusive thought. I was like, what if I just smash that bottle? And I said it out loud. That was the problem.
Oh,
And you're just like, what the fuck?
I said that?
No, I said that to you, and you said, what the fuck?
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, your reaction was probably appropriate and normal.
No, at the bartending events, though, I always tell the bartenders, I've done like 10 now. Every single time I'm like, I forget. I don't have an appreciation for how demanding, how hard you guys work until you're doing it. Like anything. You start doing it and you're like, holy shit. And you do get better. But I definitely have shown up at these things and been like, what the like, it's overwhelming. So I'm sure I deserve to be yelled at a little bit.
No, I imagine you're terrible at service industry work.
Yeah.
You'd be the worst, like a waiter, remembering multiple orders
I
and
have good memory.
specificity. Yeah, but you're not a servant. Like, you're not good at service, I would say.
Jesus.
It's not in your DNA. Now, I worked in a bar. I was a waitress. I'm very good at it. I was a barista. I can remember multiple things and work under high pressure. I feel like you can't do those things.
That's not true. I've actually really improved at it. And in doing that, like, I do them once a month or two. So, like, usually when you get there, you're like, oh, and then it takes a while. But then you get into a groove and you start, and then I start fucking two-hand pouring. But it doesn't happen the first time you do it.
Oh, really?
And the
'Cause
one
it
that he
did
was
for
at,
me.
I probably was one of my first ones. But I'm pretty good now. I'm probably one of the best, actually,
doubt
in the world. Actually, I think I'm the best bartender in the
No,
world.
I'm the best bartender. Chris, how often do you drink alcohol?
It's not a common occurrence, I would say. It's just socially. So
That's
maybe,
so smart.
like
Well, how often is that?
I don't know, maybe a couple times a month, maybe 3-4 times. It really depends on how often people are going out. Or
And
doing
then
things.
do they always turn into vacation Chris
No.
moments?
Often.
That's not. That is a rare occurrence.
If it's a
What?
good night, it will.
Yeah, we did karaoke, and it was some of the wildest karaoke I've ever seen anyone do in my life.
And it was
Did you
him.
say
It was Chris, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
We
say it?
gotta do
Say it.
this.
It wasn't
Can
that
we?
kind of karaoke.
Why don't we plan a karaoke night as
Yeah.
a company soon?
But can it start at like 5?
Yeah,
I'm sure. Yeah.
sure. And we should probably do it on a Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd like to see him karaoke. Let's do that.
I would like to do that too.
That'd be fun.
I'm a pretty good karaoke.
Well, Chris, we love you as the
Even though you don't love us.
I love me
biggest,
too.
dicked, blackest employee here. We think you're great.
Oh well, it's a pleasure working with you guys.
Good.
And I love you both.
Thank you. That felt really
He
good.
never has said
I know.
that.
That really felt good.
He is like
Thank
a
you,
cat
Chris.
that
You're
hates
welcome.
us. I love you. Wow. Tom,
It
can I
is.
show you something I've been dying to fucking show you?
Yeah.
So, remember how we talk about all the time when I hit menopause
Yeah.
that I'm going to really shut it down
Yeah.
and I'm going to start dressing very masculine and I'm going to get my hair cut
Very exciting
very
stuff.
short?
Yeah.
I found the hairdresser that I will be going to get my cool new haircuts.
When is this happening? Probably
Well, let's see. 48, my period's kind of slowing down, like in 2 years.
2 years. So I have 2 years left.
Yep, get it in.
Yeah, because there's something else going to happen in 2
What?
years. You'll never see me again. All right, let's take a look.
But I want you to see the haircuts that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
This person on Instagram, this
Is actually
lady,
doing them.
is doing them and thriving.
Because sometimes you're in public and you're like, there it is.
Yeah.
There's a fucking horrific haircut. But it's nice to have.
Well, hey, horrific to us, but fantastic to some. So this woman specializes in giving the menopausal angry chick haircut.
I'll add this too. And I realize that there's some irony that it's coming from a bald man.
Sure.
But so many times you see women. This is an extreme. I assume, I haven't looked yet. It's going to be an extreme. But you see a lot of women who you're like, you just need to go to a better hairdresser.
I
And
think
not even at that extreme.
everybody needs to go to a better hairdresser.
Like you just see women who
Everybody.
you're like, you're a beautiful woman, but this is not good.
This is not the cut for you.
And you know what
yeah.
you end up finding out a lot is people are like, yeah, my friend comes over.
Yeah.
Or like I do it
Garbage.
myself.
Never do it
And you're
yourself.
like, and none of their friends go, you're not good at this. You're not good at this.
I know.
You should.
I know.
Yeah, you should get a real one.
But I'm so stoked to finally find this woman on Instagram, and I just please play them. Please play them.
Here we go.
Hi, I'm Radonna from Boys and Girls
shit.
Hairstyles. Today I have Ann Chloe here with me. Her haircut, super duper duper cute. Number 4 in the back.
Number 4 in the back.
And I go to about above the ears, and then that's where we're going to blend all this in and take that short.
Yeah.
It looks great so far. It's a 4 in the back, guys. It's high.
She's got some like real production on her video.
Oh, I
here,
know.
too.
I'm telling you. And these chicks love it.
Yeah.
She's cutting it soup, so just so you know, high and tight in the back, short up to the ears.
Yeah.
Nice and spiky in the front. Ooh yeah. Here she goes. I mean, that's a high and tight cut, cleaning up the neckline. What does this do to your penis? It's terrible. It's terrible. Here she is before. And now she looks even worse.
Oh my God.
Spiky cuts. It's like, just so you know, it's like the total Karen. It's the Karen.
Well, yeah, but she looks like Bob. She looks like a guy named Bob. That is, yeah, that's a shut. It's a full shut it down.
It's a full shut it down. Well, what
Yeah.
does it do to you sexually? Just tell me.
What do you mean?
Would you still be able to even love me if I had this haircut?
1000% no.
That's it? We're done?
Yeah, I mean, I would just high five you and shit. Be like, let's watch the game.
What I like is that it's short.
You wouldn't even get hugs.
No,
Just so you
no.
know.
Well, this is a haircut that's so spiky that anyone tries to hug you, it's like porcupine quills.
This
Don't
is so
hug
bad.
me.
This is really bad.
It's super short on top, but then she leaves the bangs,
Yeah.
which is kind of a sassy, fun look.
I know this energy.
I like
though.
that.
I know this lady's look. You know what this is?
I know what it
This
is.
It's the lady who's been at the same public school for
I
about
was just
30
gonna
years.
say it. School
About
admissions
30
office.
years. Yeah. She has the admin job. And then she was like, Christina P. I remember when you were this big.
Yeah.
And like, she's nice. She's a sweet lady, but it's full shut it down.
She's sweet, or like she works in a nonprofit.
Yeah.
And she works for like a good like doing something good for humanity.
Could be. Yeah.
But she's
Hi,
heavy.
I'm Radonna from Boys and Girls Hairstyles. Today I have
Well, also, the lady giving the haircut has an insane hairstyle.
Of course, but that's the thing.
Someone
That's
with
she's
me. So
the
we've
mecca.
gone from short, spiky.
Short and
but
spiky.
I'm just going to show you how we keep it shaped.
The lady
and-
she's cutting looks
and it's
really
shaped.
depressed.
There
She's
we go.
that's her move, huh?
Yep, short and spiky.
She likes to do but she does the undercarriage
Yeah.
nice and trim.
Take it to a 4. Here we go. Look at her. She's giving it. She looks good with it, the one giving it. And that's her style.
Okay.
Oh, you gotta curl it under. So this is a variation on the shut it down.
Holy shit. She's so sad in the before.
So this is like the Midwestern version of shut it down.
Yeah, it's fully shut down though.
This is like where it's higher in the back and then it angles down sharply.
Yeah.
And then but she put some highlights into it. So she's still a woman. She hasn't completely, it's just we're at the end of the window.
Is she?
Yeah. She's not totally shut down, but look at that expression.
Yeah, she's looking in the
She's like,
mirror. She's like,
I don't know.
well, there's a man that's gonna see her walk in the door soon and be like, oh fuck. God damn it.
Is it safe to assume that there's no man on earth that likes this haircut on a woman?
Yeah. Of course. If it's a guy that like still has blood that goes into his penis, sure. No, this is like, it's very depressing.
Yeah, this haircut is dick repellent. It is literally
It's
broadcasting.
like when my mom got her
Oh my god.
lesbo cut.
This is the best.
And my dad was like, oh shit. Your mom looks like a
Because the woman giving it to her was
and
a
he was,
bull-
what the fuck?
Yeah.
And she was like, I could not do anything. And he's like, oh God.
It looks so bad.
He really
It was like totally short and spiky.
By the way, I had never seen him comment on that until that day. Like, you know, I like your hair, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Why don't you do something? It was always like that.
Yeah.
Why don't you do something with it? But that day, and he was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to Silver Lake salon down the street, and we lived in a gay neighborhood at the time. And
the gayest neighborhood.
the woman who cut your mother's hair was just a big, bold, butch lesbian.
Yeah.
And so she was thrilled. She
Yeah,
was
she
like,
was
"Oh,
like,
great!
yeah.
Get my meat hooks on this one."
Oh man.
Hi, I'm Radon from Boys and Girls Hairstyles. Today I have Shelly with
She's
me.
younger.
Shelly's my sister-in-law, and she has extra cute hair.
Extra cute.
So
Let's
I
ruin
wanted
it.
to show off her haircut.
Oh no!
Nice and tight.
And she's young.
And then when
She's
she finishes, she goes, "And I promise, there's not a man in the world that'll touch you." Mission accomplished. Oof.
and
What
the
are we
razor
doing
cut.
here?
Just a lot of product.
Even the song is horrible.
Horrible.
It's all bad.
Yeah, you got to curl it under in the back. I'm going to send this to Alan. Make sure he does this for me next time.
I want to see what he thinks about it. He's probably like, some people like that. Yeah.
Oof, tucked behind the ears and the high bob in the
Yeah.
back. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I had this haircut and I shouldn't throw stones.
It has strong, I'd like to speak to the man vibes, you know.
I had this haircut in like 92
Who's
when
in
I
charge
was
here?
cute.
I'd like to speak to somebody in charge.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she's a pretty
she's
woman.
cute.
She's cute. But
And this is the Vidal Sassoon
can
symmetrical
I not
cut.
watch the other ones?
Yeah.
This
we had
is-
enough.
Yeah.
But see she looks cute. Hers is good.
Hers is, yeah, it's fine.
decent.
It's fine. Just get this shit out of your head.
The
Yeah.
music is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really bad. I'm upset that you found this.
That's the point.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know that
All better now.
You remember my nose, right?
Your nose.
My nose and
Who
how
doesn't know?
John Amos you got the surprise.
Whoa, look at my artwork behind you.
Hey, Tom. This is from another guy with a big nose. That's me.
Yeah.
I hope you can get past this big nose business. The bigger your nose is, the easier it is for you to breathe.
That's true.
Look at it that way.
Yeah.
It's an advantage, not a...
And he's like, you know, he just passed away.
Looks
He's an
identical.
iconic actor, really incredible talent. Somebody posted like an in memoriam post, I think on Facebook. You want to read it?
R.I.P. to a legend, John Amos. Remember, I put this pussy on you so good this day you could barely move.
That's what that woman posted. Mariah Cobb.
I know, but can I tell you something?
What?
Isn't that what guys really want?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I'm going to do this for you.
But to post it is insane.
It's insanity.
You
No,
know
it's
what I mean?
it's Facebook too, yeah?
Yeah. It's
No,
fucking-
that's like the mom placed.
And then
Maybe
for
Instagram.
sure somebody hit her up. A friend was like, "Yo, Mariah, what are you doing?" And she's just like, "What?" I remember. It was crazy. He didn't know what to do.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Rest in this pussy.
Yeah. And then she did the emojis of the crying
Yeah.
and the screaming.
Just remembering my pussy on you.
Yeah.
And I'm crying.
I remember how hard you nutted this day.
Jesus.
That's the
I
fucking
know,
post.
I know. And
It's-
look, she's cute too in her bikini. She knows what she's doing.
Ah.
Because she's advertising to the other fellas.
Yeah, look at me.
Look at me.
And see this guy here? Oh my God. You don't understand what I did to him.
I killed him with my
Yeah.
pussy. I can kill you too.
Yeah.
Guys, women are so smart. She
Yeah.
knows what she's doing, Mariah. Mariah
Pretty
Cobb.
awesome, man.
She know what she do. By the way, when John Amos was talking, it was like mirror. The two of you, I was so distracted. It is growing longer and wider,
What is
and
wrong
your
with you?
nostrils are so big.
What are you talking about?
I'm telling you the truth. I love you. I'm the only one that's going to tell you this stuff. I'm your wife. I have to tell you.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
You would tell me if I look fucked up, right?
So I look fucked up?
Look at your drawing. Wait, but you will tell me, right? Hey, babe, will you tell me if I get a bad haircut and you're like, I hate that?
Yeah.
You swear?
If it's a haircut like that, yeah.
Would you tell me if I got like really fat or I kind of feel like I know already.
Kind of weird. That's a weird one.
I know. But I mean, I got fat after I had babies, obviously. You were nice about it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a weird thing though with women. You got to be like really. You guys are not. You're not built like us. Like,
Oh,
and
no
not
shit.
just fit. No, I mean, like, guys can say shit to each other, and people can say stuff to men that's real, and guys are like, yeah, you know what? You're right. I gotta fucking get my shit together. And women are just weak. So you say something. Women are fragile, and here's they're also.
Women are fucking stupid.
Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of truth to that. Women are.
Oh my god.
Women are weaker and dumber than men.
I gotta
So
go.
you have to kind of handle women like you would a child.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is,
Weaker and dumb, or
on.
emotionally intelligent.
no. Women, in a lot of ways, you could just say women are pathetic. And so when you have to speak honestly, you have to talk to a woman like you would a child. And so I think I would tell you, but I would tell you in a childlike way.
How would you tell me?
Hey, sugar and a lot of carbs, they actually aren't that good for you. Unless you're going to expend a lot of energy. I think I might get into some tuna. Something like that. Or
Okay.
hey, your face, it's changing, and maybe something you could do is visit a doctor.
Oh my god. I hate
Something
you.
like that.
I hate you so much.
But it's not your fault. It's really just being a woman.
Okay, thank you. Bye now.
So we're going to take a quick break. Happy New Year, and we'll be right back. And we're back, and joining us is the host of the new Armie Hammer Time podcast. It's Armie Hammer, everybody.
What?
I think that's actually the first time I've ever been introduced as a podcast host.
Right?
I'm here for it.
Hey, man, you have a podcast now.
It's true.
What's
It's
the
true.
podcast like?
Dude, it's hilarious because it's me and my buddy Jerry, and we shoot it in the living room / office / bedroom / closet of my tiny ass apartment. And we
Okay.
just bring in cameras. And, when we first started, we were using construction lights.
That's
and
the way to
That's how
start
we
a
did it
podcast.
too.
bootstrapping it.
That's the way to start
Yeah.
a podcast. And you guys have guests.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we kind of had to start with people that I know as
Yeah,
guests
yeah.
because reaching out and being like, hey, the Cannibal guy wants you to be on their podcast. It's kind of a hard sell.
Sure.
So it was like, this is my best friend and this is my attorney. And
Yeah.
it's kind of started
And
out
your
like
mother.
that.
Your
and
mom.
my mother. Yeah,
And
for
that
2
was-
episodes.
How was 2 episodes with mom?
I guess the whole reason I'm doing this podcast is like basically I'm just trying to lean into the shit that makes me uncomfortable, right? Like I want to have uncomfortable conversations, and I couldn't imagine a more uncomfortable conversation to have on air than with my mother.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it was intense. It was intense, but it was cathartic in a way. And then it went really well, and she was happy, and then it's complicated.
Sure.
Like all kind of mother-son relationships.
Oh,
I have
for
to tell
sure.
you, I watched it. I watched it just to see it because I was listening, and I'm like, I have to see these two.
Yeah.
And your mother is a very beautiful, blonde, demure woman. And you guys have like a really balls out conversation
Yeah.
about your childhood.
Yeah.
And what was really sweet about Armie is that I can tell you've been in a lot of therapy and you're trying not to judge her. And it's so hard when you become a parent to not judge your parents. Actually, even harder.
100%.
Because now I fucking hate my parents after I became
Listen, I also am well aware that my daughter and son are going to get to a certain point where they then do therapy and then they go, I hate my dad too. And I'm like, fuck, I'm trying here. You know?
Yeah.
But I tell you what was really important for me is someone once told me, they said, you know that your parents don't have tools that they're not using, right?
Yes.
And I said, what do you mean? They said, they're using every tool in their toolbox. They're using every trick in their arsenal. So when anything falls short, it's not because they know they can do better and they're not. They're honestly just doing the best that they can.
That's a really good perspective, because I remember
Yeah.
thinking that like about my own parents and being like fucking morons,
Yeah.
And then you kind of realize there's this point in your life where you realize that there's the thing where it's just two people. Like
Yeah.
you when you're a kid, you think your parents are like special people,
Yeah.
put
They're-
on earth
they're
for
adults.
you.
They must
magical.
be. Yeah.
And then you kind of go like, oh, it's just two random people that met
Yeah.
and fucked
Yeah.
Yep.
and
Yeah, yeah.
had kids, and like
They were irresponsible enough to get pregnant. How are they responsible
Oh
enough
my
to raise
God.
children?
what I saw your look. What is this all about?
Did you guys hear it? Did you hear it?
I don't think so.
Wait.
He choked
There
again.
choked,
right? Yeah.
You heard it.
I
Do you need water?
Yeah.
Did you hear it?
I missed it.
He was like in the
That's a dramatic. Why are you being so dramatic?
because this is the third time now that you've choked, and I think you're having a stroke. We should get you to the doctor.
People don't like you.
Does it smell like almonds?
Are you turning into Larry King?
No, I'm just saying that people
Chocolate
don't like
souffle?
you. People don't like you in general.
No, that's not true. I'm very popular.
You're
aren't I
not.
better? Like, just you don't know me, but
Listen,
Yeah, we
don't
just
you-
met. It's too early for me to make a judgment
But don't you
call
feel
here.
like I'm way more fun and stuff, and like just like vibe, or I'm a better
So-
vibe?
Anyway, I refuse to be put on the spot like this. I'm now going to drink my coffee.
Let's also, I mean, like you said, you like uncomfortable conversations or want to have them. Just for
Yeah.
people that don't know, like your your whole family background is one thing, but you're obviously a working actor, career's going, and then you were canceled. You're one of the people that's been canceled.
Yes.
Because of allegations from people that you dated,
Yep.
and that said that you were, I mean, among other things, a cannibal.
Right.
And they were like, this guy wanted to eat me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
everybody, I would think myself included, I was like, holy shit, this is fucking crazy. I mean,
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
this, I mean, you're not portrayed as a great guy in these stories.
Yeah.
Right. And then, like, I'm just some of this just from memory too, like that you moved. I didn't realize you had spent time as a kid in the Cayman Islands because I read that you had then moved to the Cayman Islands after all this stuff.
Yeah.
And we're getting into doing real estate. And
Timeshares.
Timeshares. You really were selling timeshares?
I was selling timeshares.
And then
and loving it.
Really?
Oh my God. The timeshare world is fucking wild.
Well, isn't there something, and I'm sure there's many layers to this.
Yeah.
But is there something as awful as a cancellation going through that? I mean, imagine it's emotionally very hard to go through.
Yeah, I don't recommend it.
That as you're kind of like, this is reality now, there's something freeing to
Yes.
like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? To like being like, well, I'm just this now.
Oh man, I have so much to say about this. Yeah, so it was a wild time where COVID was going on. People were locked in their apartment. People were miserable. Like there was all this shit going on. The world seemed like it was falling apart, and people were just deeply unhappy with their own lives. And then this salacious story comes around where this actor wants to murder and eat people.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden everyone's like, oh, this is so much more fun to focus on than the fact that I can't leave my living room. You know, and everyone was just like, let's dogpile on this story. And then stories kept coming out and kept coming out and kept coming out. And it's this too. There's a clip of you guys talking where you say, Tom said to me when we first started dating that he wanted to smash my head open and eat my brains or whatever it is. And you say, no, that's not what I said. All I said is I love you so much I want to smash your head into the dresser.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
And I saw that and I was like, these are my people.
Yeah.
It's like, these are my people.
Well,
but by the way, now imagine if you guys broke up and
Yeah.
Christina took her part of that conversation out and only released, Tom said he wanted to smash my head into a dresser and said it with a straight face. Everyone would go, he's obviously a domestic abuser.
I gotta say, man, I fucking like you. I think most of our intimate conversations involve things that are extremely offensive.
Sure.
You know, about all types of things. I mean, if there was a printed document of this, it would not bode well for
If there's a printed
document.
document and someone else was reading it in their voice, not yours, it just looks like the worst thing in the
But
entire
so
world.
is your kind of position on this though? Because I that analogy makes a lot of sense to me. That you know, you get into a relationship, you are whatever, you like this woman, you're attracted to her, and then part of it is like how you express, you know, these things in like in a non-traditional way, and then some of it is an arousing, kink fulfilling thing of like, you know, people have different kinks, and like so yours were like some of this body branding or like like that's just stuff
He
that
likes
is-
tying up. You like the ties.
Yeah, and like I like the idea that
It's a control thing.
that you are so completely mine.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want, and you love it because you know you're mine, and like this possession kind of thing. Like that's just fun to talk about.
So you
and by
would-
the way, especially if you're like drunk or stoned or
Yeah.
high at night and you're texting,
Yeah,
and while
of
you're
course.
saying it, you're like chuckling to yourself,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna fucking cut your
So-
toe off and keep it in my pocket, so I got a piece of you everywhere I go. Ha, ha,
I
ha.
think I've actually said that.
Of course,
I
and then
think you have.
and then it gets read like in the court of
know.
public opinion, and everyone goes, "You're insane."
Yeah.
and you go, "Well, yeah, a little bit. I
Yeah.
mean, if I was normal, I would have a job that had a 401k or like
So a lot of this is role play. What you're
for
saying
sure,
too.
for
Yes.
sure,
Okay.
for sure."
Now,
And by
does-
the way, like if anyone took anyone's bedroom conversations,
Yeah.
specifically like if people were having a little bit of sexy time and they took the shit that they said, even if it was completely vanilla and you read that somewhere else out of context, everyone's going to go, you guys are fucking disgusting.
So then were you like, am I losing my fucking mind here as this was happening? Like,
I think I was more just in full panic mode because, I mean, to get a little bit serious here, there was this sort of like, there was the mask that I didn't really identify with, but everyone thought was me, that became sort of like my safety net and identity. And then when that gets shattered and everyone goes, we no longer like this guy, we fucking hate him.
Yeah, which is rough.
I mean, dude, there would be articles in like the Punjabi Times about how I was a cannibal and all that stuff. And I think in March of 2021, like I was the like 5th most searched person on Google in the world. And all of it was negative.
Yeah.
So when before that, I had used any of that public attention as a sort of sense of validation for myself because I didn't know how to give it to myself.
Yeah.
I was feeding off of that like a fucking psychic vampire.
Yeah.
And then all that goes away. And all of a sudden you're just left standing there naked in front of the world with all of your proclivities or kinks being judged by the world. Like, that shit is tough.
How has, like, I mean, there's so many ways to go with this, but like, how has, did going through that affect the fact that you like some, like, did it shock those things out of you? You know what I mean? Like the bondage or owner, like, are you like, I'm not even fucking interested in that anymore? Or does it like slowly?
I mean, there was definitely an aspect of your sexuality being weaponized against you makes it really hard for you to feel safe to engage in your own sexuality.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know, I will say one thing, because I watched the documentary and blah, blah, sorry I had to. But I will say, I don't think you were hiding these proclivities from people that were sharing these direct messages with you. It wasn't like you were being coy and shy.
Yeah.
You were like, hey, this is what I'm into. This is what we're going to do. Cool.
Yeah.
And then, some chick, instead of being like, no, I don't really, they like heart a message or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that doesn't really send a clear message.
I mean,
either.
it goes to sort of like the conversations that need to happen around consent, where if it's not a hell yes, it's a fuck no kind of thing. But also, I had a conversation with a guy who's a very well-known sex therapist, and he sort of broke down the idea of conditional consent to me, where it's like, I say, hey, this is what I'm into. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. Are you good with that? And they go, yes. But what they're not finishing with their mouth is, I'm saying yes because I think I'm going to get to be with this person. I'm going to get to live this world. I'm going to get to this. I'm going to get to that. I can change his mind about wanting to sleep with other people. All of these conditions. I'm saying yes, thinking that I can get all of these things. And then when they don't get all of those things, it's very easy to revoke conditional consent.
So it's almost like it just needs to be a more extensive.
I also want to say that, like, I was playing pretty fast and loose, and I was being a selfish asshole, like, for sure. I was using people to make me feel better. People were my bags of dope with skin on it. Like, having people want to have sex with me, having sex with people, doing all that stuff, like, it gave me a sense of power. It gave me a sense of validation. So what I would do is I would scoop these girls up, take them on a whirlwind month and a half, road trips, whatever. Like, we're going to do all these things. We're going to have great sex. Everything's going to be awesome. And then at the end of it, I'm going to go, hey, good job. Go team. And then I'm going to bounce and go do it with someone else and leave this person feeling like, wait, I just was sucked into this tornado of a world and felt like this is my place now, and then dropped. And now I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Right.
My last month and a half is gone. My time was stolen. My energy was stolen. And now I'm fucking pissed.
Yeah. And I'm emotionally drained.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah.
And so
and that's a shitty position to put.
It sucks. I'm sure it sucks. And then you, I mean, now, like, obviously you have like the perspective and the way you can look at this and be aware of it.
Yeah.
But does it make you go, like, obviously maybe repent for that and then just not want to be that person who does that again?
I mean, there are aspects of my behavior that I think were coming from maybe not the healthiest place. And then there were aspects of my behavior. Now I'm choking. There were aspects of my behavior. Yeah.
But that was subtle, demure.
Classy. Yeah. then there are aspects of my behavior that were just expressions of my own sexuality.
Yeah.
So I had to sort of like comb through all of that and figure out what's coming from the right place, what's coming from a trauma place.
Yeah.
You know?
Your upbringing too, because I watched a number of things when the story broke. There was coverage of it, then some documentary. Like you come from it's not a typical family or upbringing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you come from like a tycoon, elite family, which I think most people fantasize. They go, fucking, I wish I had that, you know.
It's overrated.
Yeah. Because they just, they see the palatial estate and the family put together, and you guys are traveling in ways that people can only dream of, but they don't see the inner workings of a family.
Yeah.
Because for people that don't know, it was your grandfather, right? That was
great-grandfather.
Your great-grandfather.
Yeah.
That was an oil tycoon.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've had like close proximity to a family like yours.
Yeah.
And it gets real twisted when you're up close.
For sure.
Because I think it's what the reality is that it's unnatural.
Yeah.
To have that. In other words, like to have an extraordinary wealth or extraordinary power is just not the norm.
Yeah.
It's just not normal.
Well, it's like humans evolve really slowly, right? So for 300,000 years of Homo sapien history, you were well off if you're like, we fucking harvested enough grain to get us through the winter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then that agrarian culture is like just ending really on the timeline of humanity. So now you have people who have amassed insane amounts of wealth. And it's kind of like what, Biggie was talking about, where he's like, mo money, mo problems.
Yeah, sure.
And now mo money, mo access, and like mo money, mo whatever you want to do, you can do it. And I don't think human beings are built for that.
They're not built for that.
Yeah.
I think you're right. And I think that like there's this other thing where when you're really wealthy or really powerful, you get to navigate life, not just with access, but with like, we don't do that. In other words, a family we have dinner together, or, like we do these traditional things as like, it's seen as the norm. People who have extraordinary wealth or power just go, none of these things apply to us. We do things our own way. And the thing is, no one's ever going to say something to you.
Yeah.
Because they're scared to.
Well, it's interesting, right? Because they say behind every great fortune is a great crime.
Yeah.
And then also, the people who make that much money typically are very good at making the money, and they're very bad at raising a family. So it's like they're not around. There's always nannies or someone else raising your kid who doesn't even care.
Lots of
then
neglect.
that kid goes, "Where's my dad?" And the dad goes, "You're going to the best schools in the world, and you're driven to school in a Rolls Royce. There you go. There I am." And the kid goes, "I just want to be fucking loved."
Yeah.
And that then all of a sudden that warps the next link in the chain, who then is the kind of parent that kind of person would be, and that warps the next person, and then that warps the next person, and there's this kind of domino effect.
What was like people? Not a lot of times can't even imagine things. What was like something of gross excess that you saw of like the result of having extraordinary wealth or power that you didn't even realize maybe was that at the time, and then you're later on you're like, holy shit, that was crazy.
I think one thing that my dad did that was very smart is he married someone who was not like that at all. My mom grew up the daughter of a guy who grew up in Oklahoma during the Dust Bowl, who was like so poor that he got like a nickel a week and he had to get a haircut out of it. He had to get like whatever he could out of it, like that kind of thing. So my mom just didn't let that shit fly.
Yeah.
Like my mom was the kind of mom where if we were driving in the car and the AC was on and you rolled down your window, she's like, "Hey, the AC is on. Roll the window back up." And you're like, "Oh, okay." So like lights weren't allowed to be left on in the house. Like that kind of thing. So I think my mom brought that to it. So I never really saw, look, I saw my dad living large. He was buying cars all the time. He was a big kid, right? So he liked toys. He wanted to buy cars all the time. He wanted to go race cars. He wanted to do all like that stuff.
No shit, eh? Wow, that's weird.
Let's talk about something else.
What did I walk into here?
He's Mr. Car Guy.
Careful, he's going to smash your head into a dresser. By the way, also with the smashing the head thing into a dresser.
Wait, I have other questions too.
Wait, he's saying
I know. I want to put first, and then I write it down.
If you say I love you so much, I want to smash your head into a dresser, that's fucking cute. If you say,
Very
I'm so
cute.
angry at you, I want to smash your head into a dresser, very different.
It's very different.
Very different.
But she also has pointed out to me multiple times that she goes, when you said that to me, I should have run. She goes, it was
Yeah,
a
that's
red
a huge
flag.
red flag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, it kind of was a
But
red
by the
flag.
way, she stayed. That's a red flag.
Thank you.
I mean, this is a two-way street.
Thank you.
2 peas in a pie.
Yeah.
We are. And no, it's been fantastic. Thank God. I'm going to ask you about some things you have said, and I'm just curious.
Sure.
Did you really eat a pig's heart hunting? I heard
No,
that. I heard that's a hunting thing.
That's disgusting. No, it was a deer.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is it's not that.
It's a normal hunting tradition.
It's a
Like,
tradition. Yeah, and-
I mean, I grew up in Texas for most of my life. Like, I have a lot of friends who hunt and we go shooting and
Especially
do all that
someone's
stuff.
first kill.
This is what I was just saying, because I was just
Okay.
asked this on the other podcast, and they go, "You ate an animal's heart?" And I was like, "Yeah, but that's like hunting tradition. When you take someone for their first kill, they take a bite of the heart." He goes, "But you ate it?" And I go, "Well, I mean, you're not sitting there eating the whole heart, but it's like, hey, this is your animal. You killed your first animal. Here you go." But he was British, and I think they just have a very different culture about that kind of thing.
So he was really rough on you, huh?
Super rough. Yeah, yeah.
Wait, what did you
Not
take a
my kind of person.
No. Did you take a bite out of it like an
Yeah.
apple? And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
what's it like?
It's hard to get through. I mean, it was a
Tough.
big axis deer, so it was like I mean, it was a heart almost the size of like a rugby ball.
Oh.
And like it was heavy and it tasted like iron and it was very tough to get through. Yeah.
Ah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Carving initials?
I mean, carving, scraping, whatever.
Same diff-
Like it's the
yeah.
same thing as like getting tattoos of your partner's
Yeah.
initials or whatever.
I was going to say to you, Armie, is that what you needed to do was just date a goth chick.
I know. I really missed my chance
Bro,
there.
because
I know.
for real though, like in high school, this is what goths were doing.
100%.
Like this is
100%.
not a big deal.
But this goes back to exactly what my problem was. It's like, it's not that what I was doing per se was like the worst thing in the world to try to do
wrong
it. I was just
people.
doing it with the wrong people.
With square, you were with fucking normies, dude.
I was with
nerds,
normies, vanillas,
and yeah, you
fucking
need to get
dorks.
with like
Yeah.
the goth
want
chicks
a
that are
nicotine
into
pouch?
it.
I don't know. Sometimes I've got a vape in my pocket. Sometimes these make me hiccup. How many milligrams are these?
6.
Oh, fuck it.
Yeah.
Whoa, you're in Texas
Good, right?
now, son.
That's very minty. I like that.
Oh. There you go.
I think that's all I had. Yeah, because I don't think it's that big of a.
So what else are you into besides eating people? Like, have you found?
I mean, that takes
other-
up most of my
That's
time.
most of your time.
It's a pretty time-consuming thing. I mean, especially people are big. You know,
Yeah.
it's a lot of meat to go through.
I have a question.
Yeah.
The type of rope tying you're into, very specific. No, like you have
Yeah.
to really learn.
How do you learn? That's
Yeah.
something, because like when you see, I'll tell you, when I see that, I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool. I'd like to.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But you have
There's
to-
something
there's
about
a real skill to it, right?
Oh yeah. Because if you do it wrong, you can really hurt someone. Like if you put it too tight around the wrist, there's a lot of nerve endings there. You can end up like hurting somebody's like nerves. Like you got to know what you're doing. So it's like it's not something you just jump into.
But do you go to an experienced person to teach you? Like, how do you-
I've talked to people. I mean, now at this point, like I don't talk to anybody about it. I
Yeah,
don't talk
yeah,
to
yeah.
anybody about any of my shit. I'm just like, this is not a safe place for me to experiment or whatever. So
when you're first doing it, though,
Yeah.
are you just experimenting yourself, or are you actually with someone who knows what's
no,
up?
I bought a mannequin.
You did?
From like a
Really?
department store. Yeah, I bought
That's
a mannequin.
smart.
And did,
That's
but did you read
responsible.
up on the?
Yeah,
you
there's
did?
books and
Okay.
YouTube videos and
Yeah, let's get some ropes.
there you go.
It does look beautiful,
Yeah.
actually, in the documentary.
I
Well, the
would
idea,
love
the
to
idea
see
I
of
was
it
like,
is,
oh, that's really
is like
pretty.
so it comes out of like a Japanese martial art form
Yeah.
where the police would carry ropes and they had to subdue criminals.
Sure.
And so like they had to get very fast at doing this. And then that kind of, I guess there was like some Japanese lady back then who watched a criminal get tied up and was like, I'm in. Like, sign me up.
I'm gonna tie you up and leave you fucking suspended in the air.
I'm such a vanilla,
Until you
boring.
kind of correct
No, I'm
yourself.
so boring. But
Oh, yeah,
what was
let's
I gonna
see.
say? Yeah, it's pretty.
Oh,
It's
that's what I
actually
want to do to her.
art.
That's
Yeah.
what I want to do to Christina.
Yeah. I mean,
That's what I want to do to her.
that requires a level of
yeah.
flexibility that
Yeah,
I
I
am
don't
nowhere
know.
near.
Now, I got to ask you this though,
Sure.
because this, okay, not to say that you're on the same level,
Yeah.
but like when somebody is like a killer,
Yeah.
serial killer, even
Yeah.
there's, even though most of the world goes, "You're the fucking worst thing ever."
Yeah.
There's always women who are like,
Yeah.
"Hey, what's up?"
Didn't like Ted Bundy get married when he was in
Yes.
prison? Didn't
Yes.
Charles Manson get married like 5 times?
They all get love letters,
Yeah.
and sometimes the
Conjugal
girls-
visits.
sometimes conjugal visits.
Yeah.
During their trials, you'll see like, "What are you here for?" And they're like, "I just think he's great," and they just show up.
Yeah.
So the flip side of you being publicly shamed and canceled, there has to be women that have been like, "Please," like, right?
Oh.
So how do you manage that?
I had to get rid of my social media for a long time and give like a guy my password because when all this shit came up, my DM inbox was fucking wild.
They're like, "Cut me up, eat me."
100%.
Those are the chicks you should have been dating.
But also like, I thought about that and then I was like, maybe this is onto something. But then I was like, okay, hold on. But also like, have I learned nothing from like trusting strangers? And then also, is someone who sends a complete stranger a picture of like them shoving something into their ass?
Yeah.
I'm like, I know, yes, but is this a balanced, healthy person?
True.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah. She's at least cool. You know, she's cool.
I mean, she's down.
Yeah.
Am I balanced and healthy? I'm trying, but not really.
So have you developed a pretty good gauge for like, here's someone that I can pursue?
No, my picker is terrible. Like my picker is broken.
So what do you do?
I'm basically like an escort now, where I'm like, if you come to me, you better have references, and I'm going to vet you to make sure that you're not going to kill me publicly.
So you will not engage with like a total stranger with like, you're not really gonna.
No.
Good, Armie, because this made me so upset. It made me feel sympathetic towards you during this whole debacle. Is, how do I say this? The DMs on Instagram to you're so trusting, I should say, with these people, and I was like, oh, like, doesn't he know? Don't do that, because even in our world, where like fans will write you like a DM, like an innocent, like, "Hi, mommy, I love you," and I'll be like, "I love you too, thank you," and then they'll screen grab it and put it as a story, and I'm like, oh, that was supposed
feels
to be
like a violation,
private. Like, even though I said nothing.
Well, it goes to like a really interesting thing of like, once you have any sort of like public stage, you're no longer a person to these people, you're a commodity. And that's why you have people coming up to you in public, and I'm sure you guys see this all the fucking time, where they walk up already phone in hand and just go, "Can I get a picture?"
Oh, right.
And they do that, and it's not, "Hey, I just want to let you know I really love your show," or, "Hey, I just want to let you know you said something that was like really important. My name is Thomas. It's great to meet you." It's always, "Let me get a picture." Boom. And then they're like, "Okay, bye." And then immediately like, "Look at what I have." And it turns you from a human being into a commodity, which is like one of the weird things about this whole public business.
But I'm saying, like, Snapchat, bro. Like, you never.
I mean,
What happened? Why
I was
were
snapping.
you-
I was snapping.
Okay.
I was snapping.
But what, were you
I
just,
snapped
were
with
you-
the best of them.
Were you so like? Was it? This might be a stupid question.
But I think Snapchat, you can still
get fucked with on Snapchat.
Yeah,
right?
you're gonna get fucked. Like, if you're dealing with these people, you're gonna get fucked. It's
So
not a
was
matter
that
of
the
if, it's
thinking
when.
of like, fuck it, it's out there. I don't care. I'm gonna blow it up. If I get caught, I get caught.
I think somewhere deep down subconsciously, I wanted to get caught. I think that I so did not relate to the image of me that was out there in the public of sort of like this, like, look at them, they're like the Ralph Lauren family, they've got the perfect life and the perfect house and the perfect kids, and like, oh, this shit. Like, I was like, I feel like a fucking alien walking around most of the time. Like, I don't feel like a human, I feel like a creature. And I have King Creature tattooed on my ass that I got at a pool party because I was drunk, and someone was like, "You want a stick and poke tattoo?" And I was like, "That's the best idea I've ever heard." Fucking, here's my ass. And because like the thinking of it is like, I don't feel like a human, I feel like a creature. So if I'm gonna be a creature, I'm gonna be the king of creatures. And like, I'm just gonna lean into this. And so I would like things on my Twitter. I would like rope bondage pictures and shit like that.
Oh, it's like your signal to it.
It was like I was dog whistling, if you will, and wanting, I think, to get caught. And then people would be like, "I don't think he knows. His Twitter likes are public." And I'd see that and I'd be like, "Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know." Yeah. And it was silly. It was silly.
So it was a way to get out from under this public persona.
I think so. I think it was a way to try to feel seen.
Like, truly sane.
Yeah.
Besides, like,
I'm not this guy that you think I am.
Whatever, yeah.
I don't feel like that guy.
Yeah.
And I don't like carrying the burden of having to be that guy.
Well, I was gonna say, is this like, why now? That's always the question.
Yeah.
Like, you had successfully gotten away from this stuff, right? And you went away to the Cayman Islands, you came back to LA, and now you're coming out in public again. So why now? Like, what
I think because
what do we
I'm
want?
doing it on my terms and I'm doing it authentically as myself. And that's one of the scary things about doing this. And one of the scary things about having the podcast is like being sort of vulnerable in a public way, especially having gone through what I went through, where like all this shit was weaponized against me, is really fucking scary. But I'm leaning into it because I know that the things generally that make me feel afraid are the things that I got to go towards in order to grow. And so that's why I want to have these conversations with my mom. I want to have these conversations with people who, like, I even have people on there who are like, I don't like you. And like, I was afraid to talk to you because I think X, Y, and Z about you. And I go, okay, I get that. Let's talk. And like, I want to have those conversations because it makes me feel uncomfortable. And I think that that's the sweet spot.
That is the sweet spot.
It is,
Like,
yeah.
Most people avoid uncomfortable conversations.
I was going to say, if you leave this show not feeling like you've said too much, your family's going to hate you, everything is terrible, it wasn't a good show.
Yeah.
You should feel ashamed, weird, anxious. Like, God, what did I say? I'm such an idiot. And then you're like, but no one
and I think that's the conditioning part of it. It's like you walk away from it going, fuck, oh God, oh God, oh God.
Yeah.
And then nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
And you go, oh, I was just being crazy again. You know?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about what's really important, which is acting. So,
I mean, the most important.
The most important thing.
Yeah.
You're a great actor. We've seen you in a bunch of things. First, I just want to ask this because I'm always fascinated by great directors. So I have to ask, what is it like to work with Fincher?
Scary. It's
really?
Very scary.
I've seen clips of, those like BTS clips of him. And there is the shots of the way people asking him questions, just like crew people. There's like an intimidation factor.
1,000,000%. Because he knows how to do every single person's job better than they do. And if you are doing your job well, he doesn't talk to you or he ignores you because he's like, you're doing your job. That's what you're here for. Go do your job. And if you fuck up, he's going to whip his head over and look at you and you want to die.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he's probably one of the smartest people that I've ever worked with.
But what about as an actor? So like
I've never seen him act.
No, sorry. But like when you're like, getting ready to do you're obviously focused on the scene itself and your preparation for it and here's what we're going to do.
Sure.
Does he engage you?
Very little.
Very little.
Because it's that same philosophy
like
of,
you should be ready to go.
I've hired you to do this job. I don't want to do the job for you, so show up and do your job.
And if somebody as an actor isn't doing what he wants, then he switches on them.
He'll just it's more psychological warfare.
Yeah.
Like he'll just go, cut, do it again. Cut, do it again. Cut, do it again. Cut, do it again. I've seen him do that up to 140 times.
What?
In like, go again, go again,
figure
go
it
again,
out, stupid.
go again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think during The Social Network, I only remember him ever giving me one note during the entire film. And it was like a scene where we were talking to our dad about how Mark Zuckerberg has stolen Facebook or whatever it was. I don't remember exactly, but he also moves on set like a shark. Like he doesn't really blink and he just looks at everything and he's taking in 10,000 things at once. And he just walked up to me like this and stared at me and then stood next to me kind of shoulder to shoulder and didn't look at me and just went incredulity.
Wow.
And then floated away. And I was like, I don't know what that means, but I'm too afraid to ask. Okay, let's try it again. And I did the scene and he just goes, cut, do it again. And I was like, fuck. But then this is the thing, is he's so precise about everything he does that if he does 147 takes of it, on the 147th take, he'll go, cut, print, keep that one, delete everything else, let's go. And then walks away. He keeps one take.
Wow.
Yeah. So he'll just keep going until he gets exactly what he wants. And then when he gets it, he says, keep that, erase everything else.
He says that?
Yep.
Delete everything else.
Keep that one, delete everything else.
Wow.
Delete. Like, so there's no fallback plan. Like, that's how sure he is at what he does.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Does he give direction though when he's like, do it again? Is there a note or it's just do it again? You figure it out.
Very little. It's just cut, do it again.
Well, you got
Cut,
one
do it
word.
again. I got one word.
He must have liked you.
Yeah. or he hated me, and because he had to give me the word. You know, like I hired you to do the job, and you're not doing it. Now I have to talk to you.
Why aren't you intuitively incredulous right now?
Yeah.
Moron.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And what are your memories from The Man from U.N.C.L.E.?
That was just fucking fun. Dude.
Fun.
Yeah. Guy Ritchie is the opposite. Like, he just wants to have a good time. He loves making movies. He loves the people that he's working with, and he wants it to be an experience.
Really?
I mean, every day on set, we would have a giant white tablecloth lunch of like local cuisine, wherever we were, wine. Like, it was really just the best.
Henry Cavill.
Oh, she always.
Oh yeah.
Both of you, a couple of dogs.
How was Henry? Did you get lost in his eyes or his jaws?
I mean, Henry's great because he is there to work. He's there to do his job.
Very professional.
Very professional. Very professional. I would say even like very guarded. So it's like you don't really get in there, and you know I
She wants to get in there.
Yeah. I like getting in there, so I'd be like, Henry, come on, buddy. And I'd like antagonize him and like, you know, just barge into his trailer and be like, what's up, bro? And he would be like, oh, what are you doing? Like, this is my trailer. And I was like, I know, you know, like, but we had a great time. Yeah, we had a really good time making that one.
Yeah, fun movie.
Shot it all over Europe too.
Yeah, that's kind of the dream, I think, right?
Perfect. Like a period European film. Like I felt like it was like we were on like Anthony Minghella's sets, you know?
That's awesome. So here's what I want to, because like, so you, again, this is not a secret. You're in the category of canceled, don't touch.
Sure.
Is there a path for you to work like as an actor? You know what I mean? Like there's some people who you go, look, man, this person's offenses are too grave. They're they're just like, it's goodbye forever.
Yeah.
I feel like in a different category where like at the time it's, you know, they don't want anything to do with you, but it feels like there should be like some path for you. Or am I wrong in this?
The worm is turning.
Okay.
Right. And it takes time.
It does take time.
It's slow, but generally now the conversation when my name comes up with people in the industry is, man, that guy got fucked.
Yeah.
You know, and that feels really good. It's really encouraging.
Sure.
I just shot a movie.
Oh, you did just shoot a movie?
I just shot a movie.
Okay.
And I have 2 more movies coming up and a potential TV show.
Oh.
A potential TV show that the head of a studio signed off on me. So it's like, it feels like...
You're back.
Okay, so...
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm
and
back,
you're with William H. Macy in it?
Yeah, we just did Frontier Crucible. It's me, William H. Macy, and Thomas Jane.
Okay, so I was... Sorry, I just should have fucking researched that question. But,
Yeah.
So you are working.
I'm working.
That's great. I think part of it is just like the gays are out of the White House. Things have switched. And there's
Listen,
like
the gays were my biggest advocates, by the way,
know.
because they were like, oh, honey.
Oh,
like
I
the
didn't
shit you
mean-
said, if people hacked Grindr and saw what we were talking about on there, none of us would work.
I didn't mean homosexuals. I just meant, you know, like
the gays, the other gays.
The other ones.
The stop being gay.
Yeah, those gays.
Yeah, I got it.
So, which I think actually culturally plays a role in things. Like when people in power are more like, hey, don't be fucking ridiculous, which is like the shift that's happening.
Yeah.
Then things like this happen.
Yeah.
When is Kevin Spacey coming back? I don't care who he
I
fondles.
know.
He's working too.
Thank God.
He's working.
I don't care who he fondled.
He can
on that
fondle
bird.
me. I love
Yeah.
watching that man work. He's
Yeah.
an
Yeah, me
incredible
too.
actor.
He is amazing. I mean, American Beauty,
Everything
everything he does. Yeah.
The fucking way that House of Cards just fell apart with him not
Oh,
on
it's
it. You're like, oh
terrible.
yeah, this sucks now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like there's some actors that really carry things. You're like,
Although Robin Wright Penn is so fit.
well, the two of them.
She's great.
Not
yeah.
an ounce of fat on
No.
that body.
She's a weapon. Yeah.
She's very hot.
Yeah.
Would you bang her?
Robin
Would you
Wright?
smash her head into a dresser?
I would tell her how much I loved her. And if that
Not
came
the same.
out-
That doesn't count.
That's not
I-
the
if-
same.
That's pretty gay, bro.
If
Rip your
we
face
were
off and
together, I
eat
would
it.
let my feelings be known.
Yeah, she's special. I'd
She's
let
very
you bang her.
special.
You can bang her. This way.
See, this is the kind of relationship I aspire to. Right here.
Full consent.
Goals.
Full consent.
Goals.
Total consent.
Is that conditional consent?
Conditional
Yeah.
consent. No, it's full.
All right.
I love you.
You can have Henry. and
Can
I'll
I just
take-
say it? And I don't know why I feel the need to say this, but maybe because I was a goth chick that grew up in the. I was never into the S&M scene, but I feel like it gives those people a bad rap when like Do you know what I mean? Like it's a legitimate scene, right?
Sure.
How do I say this? Like 50 Shades of Grey. You know how fucking popular that was?
It was like the most popular book.
Every
and like the movie made $1 billion.
Yeah, everyone's twiddling their fucking skittling their bean,
reading it on the drying machine. Yeah.
And you know, it gives it a bad rep. I just that community is its own thing.
Sure.
And there's rules and regulations, right?
Yeah.
Like you guys have that's a whole fucking thing.
I think the issue is that
it's not a big deal.
Like any community, there are people who are there for altruistic reasons and they enjoy it and they love it and they're safe and they're smart about it and they care about the people they're engaging with. And I think there are also unsavory characters who get attracted into that world, like politics. Like, it's like you have people who actually want to help, maybe 2 of them, and then the rest of them are not there for the right reasons. And I think it gives it a bad name.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you feel like besides tying up people in your crawl space, do you have any other hidden talents or hobbies?
Well, I don't really have time for anything else.
Really? It's just that?
It's just that. I mean, my crawl space is getting full. Have you seen my apartment on the podcast? It's tiny.
It's pretty small, yeah.
Tiny.
Pretty small.
Yeah.
No, but is there anything else you're into? Like, are you into surfing or?
I love pickleball. I don't even care. I will talk about it. I love pickleball.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I love pickleball. Have you tried it?
No. Never.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, if you want to be closed-minded, and that's fine. That's your call. It's your show. You do what you want to do.
This is a white water fountains only type of place.
Fair enough. I mean, I have a lot of shit that I love to do.
Really?
Yeah. And I've had a lot more time to do it lately, which is great.
But here's the thing. This is actually we kind of glance over, but I think it's the big revelation for me is that you are working again as an actor.
Yeah.
And that's a
consistent. Like I'm turning jobs down.
Really?
Yeah, my dance card's getting pretty full.
Hey, but that's great.
By the way, the first job that I turned down after 4 years of this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the best feeling I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah.
But
I'm sure. It also has probably felt great to take the first gig again, right?
100%.
Now, were you super nervous about how you would be?
Oh yeah. Well, the story of how it all came up was hilarious because my best friend Tyler, who has his own podcast called The Painful Lessons Podcast, he called me on Thursday and he goes, "I got a movie offer for you," and I go, "The fuck are you talking about, dude? Like it has been 4 years since I worked." He goes, "No, I have a movie offer for you." I go, "Why the fuck would you have a movie offer for me? What are you talking about?" He goes, "I don't know, man. Some guy on Instagram DM'd me and has a movie for you." And I was like, "If you believe that, I have a bridge to sell you, bro." Yeah. And he goes, I don't know, dude. Do you want me to just send it over to you?" And I was like, "All right, fine. Send it over to me." And so he sends me the information and he sends me the guy's name and phone number. He goes, "Just call the guy." And I was like, "I'm not going to call this guy." He goes, "Call the guy." I call him on Friday. On Saturday, I drive out to Arizona. I start rehearsals on Sunday.
What?
It was like that. Yeah.
And it was a legit thing.
It was a legit movie. It's the one with William H. Macy and Thomas Jane. It was out.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So how about now? It's because agents are always agents.
Yeah.
So were you did an agent go like,
I have not had a single. So I've got like 5 jobs right now that I'm kind of like dealing with and engaging with. I leave for Croatia in January. Like I go to the Philippines in springtime. Like I've got these jobs, right? Not a single one of them has come through an agent.
No, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
So are you working this out just with a lawyer?
A lawyer?
Yeah, I have an attorney.
Yeah, that's all you need.
It's great. Yeah.
That's fucking amazing.
Saves me 10%.
Yeah.
So how should people book you for movies?
Email my lawyer. It's on IMDb. His name is Todd Rubenstein.
There you go.
Yeah.
You guys want Armie Hammer in your fucking show?
Yeah.
You email Rubenstein.
That's it. That's it.
Work it out with him.
Yeah.
All right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But good for you. You kind of don't have to sift through their bullshit then, the agents. You don't know when they're lying to you. And
yeah.
I almost feel like it'd be the move is like as your workload increases, your profile grows again, you should just be like, I don't want an agent. You should just keep the lawyer thing.
I'm thinking about it. I want to go even further than that. I want to do the sort of like Bill Murray, I have an 800 number that you call that I check every couple months.
I think you're like one of the few people that could then kind of really justify it too.
Well, I think because whatever level I reached as an actor was, let's say, here. Yeah. And then whatever level I reached in Infamy as a Cannibal is like up here.
Yes.
So it's like, you want to stunt hire the guy who eats people? Like, call my 800 number.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have a question. Do you think, you know how on IMDb it ranks your star meter, like when you have a project come out?
Yeah.
Do you think the Cannibal period rose your star meter?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'd have to ask the Wayback Machine.
Josh Zolo, can we see if that affected it?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter whether or not.
I
they
legitimately
know
hit
ya.
the number 4 or 5 most searched person on Google globally. So
I believe it.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, you're up there with like presidents and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
People
wild.
gotta know.
And it sucks.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's
I switched to a
tough.
flip phone. I switched to a flip phone for a long while. Sorry.
No, I would.
I changed my number and I got a fucking old flip phone and I lived on a farm and I grew food.
Somebody just told me that they
I'm
did
there
this.
too.
That they and I started to think about it more like recently, where they got a phone, an additional phone, and it's their primary phone, and they didn't download any social media on it, and they keep social media on a separate phone. So it's like they have to go to the phone to do it just to be free of it.
I don't know who this
primary.
is, but they're cheating.
Yeah.
They're cheating. That's
Okay.
the only reason you have 2 phones like that.
Oh.
Bat phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Hey, how many do you have?
I have 4.
Oh my god.
I have 4 phones.
Busy man.
Yeah.
Busy
what the
man.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
All right, star meter. Well, it's pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, you got high.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're up there.
What's that? 7? What? I can't read that. Entertainment Tonight.
I don't know. That's in 21.
Down
right?
41 this week. Thanks
Don't
guys.
you love
Thanks
this?
thanks for pulling up these metrics.
But peaks. That's so sick.
Yeah.
What a great business.
Here's a visual representation of your fame.
I do want to say that I am in the top 1,373. So
That's pretty good.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
I mean, there's not that, there's a lot of people doing
huge,
this.
actually.
Yeah.
Gosh.
All right, pull ours up.
No,
We'll see how we're
please
doing.
don't.
You'll feel better.
I'm
I'm
I'm probably not even
1,371. God damn it! I'm out of here.
I've got to be way below
I'm
you, dude.
I'm not even on the map.
Let's see.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
12,000, bro. Yeah. You're
That's
up there.
I would trade spots with you.
I don't know.
Like generally.
No.
Christina?
You can't tie me up. Oh, no. I'm not into your shibari.
Let's see.
Shibuditsu. I'm not even on there. Yeah,
There you are.
21,000. I'm dead.
Dude.
Yeah, but you went up. See, that's the
How
thing.
did I
You went
go
up
up?
1,814 points.
What did I do? Oh, when I had cancer? Oh, yeah. No, I'm sure I had breast cancer
Yeah.
around that time. And that's probably what it was. Like the People magazine or whatever. Please stop
What's the
looking at
peak?
it.
What's
Whoa.
what's that peak one?
What was that? Did I get canceled?
Yo, 2,000?
What?
There you
Small
go.
jeans.
Oh, my special. Oh, wow. It did well.
All right, go
See,
back
I
to
like
me.
how
Go back to
Netflix
me.
never tells me when I do well. What the fuck?
Damn, dude. I'm super jelly right now.
Oh my god, I did so much better than you when
Oh,
my
no,
special came out.
You're above 2,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Fuck yeah, that's just tight. Look how high that is.
Shut up. Your star meter. How many people do you think check this daily? Oh my god.
There's
don't even
definitely
know.
a
Gotta
few.
be
Yeah.
actors that are like, please God.
So it's a rough week for
I've
me.
heard, and I'm not going to name names, but I've heard of actors who go onto their IMDb message board.
What?
I don't know if they
I
even
would
still
never.
have it.
Oh, and
will be like, that's not true. He's a great actor.
Oh,
like that.
wow.
Yeah.
he's doing
There's
really
comics
well.
that do that too.
Who?
Back in the day.
Come on, yeah. Where they have
stories
Name names, you coward.
Yeah, you
they
got
have
it.
their burner accounts. I mean, and then famously Kevin Durant did it when he. Oh yeah, it was
Did
like,
he forget to switch accounts?
I think that something like
Yeah.
that happened where people were criticizing him, and he had an account that just would defend Kevin Durant.
Wow.
Yeah,
You can look at like the tweet history of the account,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's all
pretty
like,
funny.
I heard Kevin Durant has a huge penis.
Yeah, well, I think he's pretty cool about it. I think he you know, kind of just accepted it, whatever. He's he's a really outspoken guy, but
Yeah.
and he was probably actually getting slandered unnecessarily.
Sure.
Also, when it's about your game, you're like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
you know?
Well, there's like that whole tall poppy syndrome thing too,
No.
What's that?
the tallest poppy, everyone wants to cut it down.
So true.
Yeah.
Haters gonna hate, bro.
Yeah. What are you gonna
Fucking
do?
Losers.
Hate. Well, people can listen to the Armie Hammer Time podcast. Does it release the same day every?
Yeah, Mondays. Every Monday we drop a new
Smart.
episode.
Check out a new episode.
Yeah.
And can see you in some upcoming films.
Yes, you can.
pretty exciting, man.
It's
I
awesome.
think
And
maybe
your-
even next year one of them might be coming out.
Oh my god,
That's awesome, man.
We'll
Your
see.
podcast is lovely. I really enjoy listening to you talk with your mother. Very open, very candid, and like, you get very personal, which I think is really cool. Because a lot of people go through the same kind of stuff you did, trauma, and like, how do you get through it, you know? And how do you talk to your parents about it and all that? And I don't know. I thought it was very interesting. So give it a listen, you guys.
Appreciate
Check it out. Try it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in,
Thanks
man.
for coming
thanks for having me.
Chat.
Super
It was really
fun.
fun.
This is also really good for me to see like what a podcast can get to.
Yeah.
Where you're like, we'll fly out. I was like, podcasts do that? Like, here's your hotel room. Oh, do you need my credit card for the hotel room? No, we don't. What? What is going on here?
Wow.
And then it's a fucking compound you got here. This is
Wait
amazing.
until you see the bathroom. We have mints and stuff.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, flossers.
Chapstick.
Yeah.
What chapstick?
Well,
What
after this
chapstick?
fucking nicotine pouch, I'm going to go need to take a shit in your
Yeah,
bathroom. So
dude.
I'm very
go tear
excited
it
about
up.
this.
And there's fucking dude wipes in there.
Yeah,
no
bro.
way.
Yeah.
Great.
Fresh.
Yeah.
I mean, I bring my own everywhere I go.
Oh, that's
but,
cool.
You know,
That's
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
I
Well, we had a great
actually
time.
do have wipes
Oh,
in my
good,
backpack.
good.
Yeah.
That's fucking I need to start doing that more. I feel like I shit like an animal on the road.
You
okay.
shit all the time at home too.
Thanks for coming. Thank you guys for
Yeah,
watching.
thanks,
Thanks for
Armie.
listening, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
All right, here we go, Jeans.
Oh shit.
No, this is nothing to do with you. I promise.
Yeah, right.
I promise.
It's a surprise. It's a surprise. It's a surprise.
Wet nutsack. This is no shit. Wet nutsack.
It's a surprise.
Wet nutsack. This is no shit. Wet nutsack.
It's a surprise.
It's she's coming. Wet nutsack. It's she's coming. It's she's coming, you know.
I know.
It's she's coming. Wet nutsack. It's she's coming. It's she's coming, you know.
It's a surprise.
You did it, and we both went.
It is incredible. Wet nutsack.
It's a surprise.
Again, I want more. Is there more?
Wet nutsack. I think it was towards the end of lunch.
Just especially when you do it in front of your mom. Your mom.